Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope all is well. Type a 1 in chat if you can hear me and see the screen. Type 1s in chat. Let me know. All right, cool. Okay, how's everyone doing? Let's dive into this session breakdown. We're going to break down some of the buys here, and then we'll dive into what I expect to see today. So starting with a weekly, just want to verify if there's any gaps. We're currently inside of a weekly fair value gap right over here. We haven't broke past it. We haven't really used it as support yet, so I can't really make a decision on that. It's just good to know we are in a weekly gap. In terms of the daily time frame, we do have this daily fair value gap, which we still are inside of, so not really anything to discuss there. On the 4-hour time frame, we're going to talk about the bias. So we have Monday's candle, Tuesday's candle, and today's candle. On the 4-hour chart, we got some 4-hour fair value gaps right here, and we actually closed beneath both of these with this black candle right there, closing beneath it. Now, we did try to come back up. We're still basically using this IFEG as soon as we created it. We're still using it as resistance to push prices to the downside. So right now, this 4-hour time frame is bearish. We did disrespect this fair value gap here, turning it into an IFEG, shifting structure to the downside. At this point in time, if we're bearish, we need some type of draw on liquidity to the downside, which could become yesterday's lows and then even Monday's lows potentially. That's with the 4-hour time frame being bearish. Now, if we talk about the 1-hour chart, similar situation right now. The 1-hour time frame is bearish as well. So we have this swing low right there, higher low on the left, higher low on the right. We close beneath that with this black candle here, the 8 a.m. 1-hour candle. So we are technically bearish on this 1-hour time frame as well. And if we are bearish, then we would have Asia lows as a target. So let's mark this out. Asia lows, this was at 21 o'clock. We do have nice draws to the upside, which is something to keep in mind, because not only do we have the relative equal highs from today, right, from the London high here with this high right over here. Okay, we also have relative equal highs from yesterday, relative equal highs from Monday and Friday, and more from last week. Okay, so we have a lot of relative equal highs, a lot of them. But my bias on the 1-hour and 4-hour is bearish. There's a lot of lows that we could potentially come target here as well. There's some relative equal lows here coming from the 15-minute time frame. So I'm just going to mark this out as, instead of Asia lows, I'll mark this out as relative equal lows, as that's a potential draw on liquidity right now. Looks like that's where we're headed, since the 4-hour and 1-hour is bearish. 15 minutes also bearish, as we just closed beneath this swing low right there. The 5-minute time frame, I'm assuming, 5-minute time frame is also bearish. So pretty much the level that I'm looking at right now is 29,093.5. I assume that's going to be tagged. And also 29,283.25, which is the highs. Okay. In terms of key levels, let's go back to the 1-hour time frame. Talk about any key levels above or beneath price. Above price, we could use these relative equal highs as the key level. So we got this swing high, this swing high, this swing high, hourly fair value gap as well, which is still holding. Okay. It's just the swing highs that we're going to be using as the key level. Besides that, we do have this hourly fair value gap that we're in, that we are currently still respecting. We also have this IFEG. I'm not putting pressure on the IFEG. But yeah, that's that. That being said, I would like to use these equal lows as my key level. This is a swing low right there. Also a swing low right here. So this being used as a key level, definitely a good idea. That being said, I would like to see prices move to the upside instead of to the downside. I do have draws on both ends though, so whatever happens, happens. I would rather see price move to the upside. Even though my bias is bearish, I would much rather see price move to the upside. All right, guys. So let's see what happens. As always, I'm sure you guys already know this. The link is in the description if you want to see myself with 2 other full-time traders trade live every single day. It's also the pinned comment in the chat. Also, if you're using Lucid Apex, use code TSR for the best discounts. And that is pretty much it. So right now it's going to be a bit of a waiting game. We got to wait and see what happens next. We had 8:30 market, well, 8:30 market open. We had 8:30 right over here. Large down move right at 8:30. So this could be the start of manipulation of this huge consolidation range right here. Take a look at this. Big consolidation. 8:30 open right here could be just like manipulation, and then 9:30 could distribute. Might be saying, what are we manipulating? We're manipulating these lows right here, which are relative equal lows, to then distribute back towards the upside, towards the relative equal highs. That's definitely a possibility. However, I would still want to sweep the relative equal lows. Yeah, my eyes are set on lower levels for the time being. For now, I would want to see 29.09 3.5 be hit. It's really what I'm looking to target here. Mash, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. It's currently 9:08. We got a lot of time before market open, so we're just going to wait patiently. End of August is coming up, man. End of August is coming up. We're already here. Almost Q4, guys. Almost Q4. Say bye-bye to the summer PA. Funny enough, I haven't seen summer PA like this since... Oh, dude, I would say like 2022, maybe. Even probably a year before that. 2 years before that, maybe? It could be. It's been a while since I haven't seen bad summer PA. This August, I mean, we had a lot of choppiness this summer. So going back to the seasonal tendencies, ICT speaks about these seasonal tendencies. Usually in the summer months, we're not moving too much. A lot of, guess a lot of big traders aren't placing any positions. But yeah, Q4 usually there's a lot of movement. ES, you guys want me to take a look at ES? We could. So if we pull up ES on the left hand, or sorry, on the right hand side here, we have similar to NQ, just not in the same place. Okay, so for ES, we have perfect equal highs that were formed with yesterday's candle and Friday's candle. Okay, so these are both daily highs, so strong levels of liquidity. Now, it looks like price wants to push to the downside on ES. And if that's the case, then we have this liquidity here. A lot of liquidity resting here. Now, I would assume if price is going to come to these equal highs, one of these levels is going to be hit, if not all of them, because we could completely ignore these equal highs, save them for another time, come to get all of these lows and whatever. Maybe we hit the equal highs today or tomorrow or whatever it may be. All I know is one of these levels, at least one, is going to be hit. Ideally all of them, right? It's also lower probability to be entering long as one of these levels gets hit. I'm assuming all of these gets hit today. That's why I am bearish on the higher time frames. Like 1 hour, 4 hour time frame is bearish. I'm not bullish. So although I said I'd rather see longs play out, of course I'm open to taking shorts. Guaranteed I'm open to taking shorts. And if I want to get long, even though I want to see longs play out more, I really need to be convinced about longs, because ES has a lot of liquidity beneath it and it could continue going lower and lower. NQ has these relative equal lows. We then have Monday's lows as well right down here. So there's liquidity on NQ. It's just ES has much nicer liquidity, I guess we can say. Right, not sure why that's happening. There we go. When are you gonna get married, Maxwell? You already got your Audi car. What are you waiting for? Dude, it's just a car, dude. Nothing crazy either. Like nothing crazy. I wanted to stop with the craziness. In the future. Let's just say that. Tell us the bias, bro. I already broke down the bias, but just very quickly, I'm not going to break it down again. You can rewatch this if you would like, but I broke it down already. So let's actually write this down. 1 hour bias is bearish. Let's do this. Let's keep this like this so that people can see it. Okay, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, my bias is bearish, okay, but honestly, I'm going to write this because people are going to get confused and fooled. Just because I have a bearish bias doesn't mean price can't go up. Okay. So that's the current situation. This is the situation that we're in right now. I see price doing this. We just created some equal lows. Okay, interesting. We just created some equal lows. Giveaway today. Well, I mean, judging by how many likes we have on this live stream, let's just see. How many likes do we have? How many thumbs up do we have? We have 20 thumbs up. I don't think I'll be doing a giveaway with 20 thumbs ups. So if we can get that number above 150, 200-ish, we'll consider a giveaway. Which, right now, it's not looking like that's going to happen. Only 131 watching. But if somehow it gets there, we'll do a giveaway. If not, I'm going to save all my accounts that I have to give away for the TSR premium members. As it's usually what I do. I like to reward all the premium members, give them free accounts every single week, basically. Isn't the 1 hour time frame range bound? We just broke down out of a range. Smaller range right there. But if you're talking about this huge range right here, yeah. So what's happening is prices just consolidating inside of a weekly and daily fair value gap. I think also a 4 hour. Let me just pull this up. No, not a 4 hour, but so in this area here, we got a daily fair value gap and a weekly fair value gap. So there, and we're kind of just consolidating in that price action, creating a lot of liquidity to the upside. I do think we could come down once more before hitting the liquidity to the upside. But yeah, let's say we don't come down anymore to take out any of these lows, then yeah, I would consider longs. I would need to really be convinced though. Currently 9:17. We have a bit more than 10 minutes till the open. Well, 9:18 right now. So we got 12 minutes to the open, guys. We'll see what happens in this time. We're consolidating on the 1 minute. So if we can form some type of manipulation to the downside, then we could look for that 9:30 open Judas swing to the downside, sweep 8 o'clock lows, tab key level to then come to the upside. Or what could happen, since we are bearish, we see these levels here being respected to allow prices to come lower, basically manipulating the highs of this range here, forming that manipulation 9:30 Judas swing to head lower. It's also a possibility. Now bias is bearish from the 4 hour down to the 5 minute, so definitely could happen, and that would be in line with bias. If we manipulate lows to then come to the upside, that's not in line with bias. Doesn't mean that we can't take the longs. It just means we gotta be a bit more picky. And, you know, open to the fact that, okay, we're taking a trade against bias. Don't full port this, you know? Don't full size. Probably size down. You didn't post yesterday's trade you take. Oh, yesterday I took 2 trades, guys. Unfortunately, 2 losses yesterday. I tried going long on NQ NES. First long on NQ was using the 9 AM SEER model. I just got a horrible entry and couldn't put my stop at the low, so I ended up getting stopped out before the 8 o'clock highs were tapped. So it was unfortunate, very unfortunate. Got stopped by a wick. And then I tried going long on ES as well, targeting the equal highs. Right as NQ reversed to the downside. We all know what happened after that. So yeah, after that, wasn't open to taking more shorts. I tried getting long twice. I was open to shorts on NQ after that. Just told myself I'm gonna back down. Not gonna take another trade. Funny enough, that third trade was a winner, but I didn't take anything else. But Stephen Thomas on live stream printed, caught some crazy shorts together. I'm struggling with being consistent. What can you say to me? Well, why? Question is like, why are you not being consistent? I don't necessarily know like what you do on a day-to-day basis. Why is there no consistency? Does it have to do with psychological issues? Maybe over trading. It could also be that you're not filtering setups properly. Like, is it more technical or more psychological? To me, this live trading stream is considered a free giveaway. I mean, if we get a giveaway, there's not enough likes to be getting a giveaway on this stream. Surprisingly, we are only at 42 likes. So, if we get to like, I do 150 every stream. Let's do 200. Over trading, and I'm struggling with filtering trades. Over trading. If you're over trading, just slow it down. Understand you don't need to make all the money this month. Okay. First step should be, just not over trading. So best bet is to do what? Tie in the filtering trades. This ties into over trading. If you know how to filter out a lot of trades, you won't over trade because you'll just be taking less trades. It's just logic, right? That's logic. So your best case scenario, your best bet is to basically backtest as much as possible and figure out what trades to filter out, what trades to keep taking, and try to see if there's something that happens often in the trades that don't work out in your favor compared to the ones that do work out in your favor, and filter those ones out. Basically, have your A plus. Try to only take those A plus setups, and if you're not taking A plus setups, size accordingly. Like when I say take A plus setups, it doesn't only mean that I can't take this because it's not A plus. Like going against the bias, for example. Well, doesn't necessarily mean don't take it. If you have the liquidity to take it, and you're gonna accept the loss, you can always size down, right? And that's another thing. Do you trade order flow too? I do not trade order flow. Thomas trades order flow. One of the mentors and live traders inside of TSR. He streams his deep charts. Chart not trending view. So you guys can also watch the bubbles. All right, it's 9:23. Nothing has happened since the 9 o'clock open. Psychological for me. Developed loss aversion from losses before I learned ICT. Now, even with good risk management, I hesitate to the point of missing a trade that goes to my TOL. I think a lot of people struggle. Well, a lot of people struggle with not taking trades, like fear of taking trades, which of course is an issue. But I would say that a bigger issue than that is actually over trading. Because now the hesitation, okay, you're not entering every single trade, but you're still going to enter other trades. You kind of, I think you can understand where I'm getting at. Basically saying that you have to be okay with being right but also not being in the position. If everything looks good, but there's something off about the setup on the chart, for example, well, you're not forced to take anything. Okay, we got 5 minutes till the open, guys. You are not forced to take anything. You can watch price just move without you. The thing is, if price does exactly what you wanted it to do, there's gonna be a chance that you maybe these impulses inside of you might come up, and you might be telling yourself, well, I got that right, I gotta take something now, like I missed out on that, I have to take something else now. So you want to go look for another trade where another trade might just not form, and even if it does, it might not be as clear as the first setup was that you did not end up taking. So now you got to filter out not taking the next trade that forms unless it's actually as nice as that first one. So if you can do that, then I would see not taking every single setup. I wouldn't see that as necessarily a very bad thing. I don't think that's the thing stopping you from succeeding. Now, if you're not taking any setup, like really like every single day, it's been 2 weeks, it's been a full week, you haven't taken any trade, and there was setups, it's like, okay, yeah, then starts to become an issue, obviously. And I would say that your best bet is to learn to trust the model. The best way to do that is either front test, so forward test on a fake account, like every single day, come to the markets live for 2 weeks straight or for a month straight with a simulated account. Try trading it that way. Trust the model. Learn to trust what you see on the charts. And then after that month, measure your profitability, measure your success, and then tell yourself, listen, look, it is possible. I was just taking the setups. That's the only difference. Boom, your brain. It's like you're kind of convincing your brain to start taking those trades. You could do the same thing while backtesting. It's obviously better in live conditions, but that's that. No issues with the RS5, none. No. I got both rear shocks changed. But yeah. How long did it take you to go full time into trading? Years. I'd say a good, oh fuck, could be 3 or 4 years probably. Yeah. Not 3, probably 4ish. Again, something else. I know we have a lot of the people who watch me are older, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that when I started, I had a lot of time to dedicate to this. Like I was not going out. I was just putting all my time towards this. I turned in Canada at 18, you can go out, clubbing, to bars. It's not 21 out here, it's 18. Some provinces it's 19. But where I was from in Quebec, it's 18. As soon as I turned 18, everyone's, go to clubs, go to the bars. You just turned 18, finally legal. Of course, people were also going at 16, 17 years old with their fake IDs, but just like, when you finally turn 18, you want to go clubbing and everything. I did not step foot into a club or a bar until I was, I think, 21, 2 full years after I turned 18. Because every day I was on the charts. I saw it as, why the fuck would I go out? Why would I go to the club to congratulate myself that I turned 18 if I'm not successful yet at 18? So, anyways, I was really, guess you can say hard-headed. Didn't really enjoy much of those years, but maybe that's a factor of why I am where I am today. Maybe. Who knows? I don't really see it that way. I've seen people who had fun when they were younger, in their teens, 17, 18, 19 years old, who are very successful today. Some of my close friends. So, yeah. They're not traders, but they are successful. Yes, it's been weeks. Yeah, in that case, I would take the advice I spoke about. It's 9:29, guys, almost 9:30. I'm gonna ignore chat for now, and we're gonna focus on the charts. I'm gonna remove this and this. Let's clear this up. I assume price Let's see what happens with this range. We want to either manipulate up above this into these gaps here. That market open right now. And then push lower. Yeah, so it looks like that's what's going to happen here. There's a 5-minute for a value gap that we're tapping into. 15-minute gap here. We're already inside. We're above that. So we're deep inside this 5-minute right now. All right, just one candle straight to the upside here. Okay. Okay, NQ. Still think we could push back down. Okay, so we're inside of this 1-minute gap right now. We have to see what plays out here. We did end up inversing this first one. So there's a chance price moves straight to these draws above. There's also a chance that price uses this gap, holds it, and pushes price all the way back down. For the time being, it looks like we want to hit a draw before reversing. Again, no setups though right now, but ES is not moving. ES is lagging behind. Yeah. Yep. There it is. So we're coming for the draws above. So going long after that, it's going to be tough. There's a chance this continues to run up. We have lots of draws above us. Just created some equal highs here. We have more draws above us. This is also a key level, guys. The relative equal highs. Didn't tap the key level. We did not tap the relative equal highs, guys. We did hit an hourly swing high. We did hit one right here. Okay, so you can see that. We just didn't hit. We created perfect equal highs with this high, which I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of. I don't want to go... See, this is a situation where I don't want to go short against that. There might be an order block in an IFEG. But again, I would rather see price continue move up. Yeah, we do have higher liquidity, so it would make sense to go higher. 9:30 opening candle has no bottom wick. Oh, very small one actually. Scratch what I just said. Right, so we created relative equal highs there. Yeah, 5-minute inversion gap as well right there. Equal highs. So nothing, we didn't close beneath this order block. We're now inside of this fair value gap. We turned this into an IFEG. We closed beneath the body of this. Again, we're going short. If we do go short, we're going short against the relative equal highs, which is something to keep in mind. We also have a 5-minute IFEG over here, which could be used to hold prices higher. I would assume we go higher, really, to this level here, for sure. Or at least take out the relative equal highs. Then if price wants to reverse after that, I'll be open to taking them. As of right now, not so much. Yeah, we'll see what happens here, guys. Right now, we created perfect equal highs with this high up here. We did take out these two highs. Mass do not fall for the IFEG. No, not this one. No. So what happened with this is we basically came back above it. Okay. Now we're coming back down. We have the equal highs. Now we're respecting this gap there. This could potentially turn into an order block later on. Again, though, shorting against these relative equal highs is dangerous. Not a big fan of that. Even though we do have the relative equal lows here. I'd much rather want to see a sweep of liquidity. rather than the formation of equal highs. And in terms of a 15-minute CRT, yeah. Yeah. Listen, I think this is primed to go up, but right now it's a waiting game, to be honest. I'm not willing to entertain this. I'm not getting long here either. I don't see any opportunity to get long unless you're using fair value gaps, sure. But we have a 5-minute gap right beneath us. I want to see us sweep these highs to then come a bit lower, because we have this low at the open, which is not wickless. It's just there's very minimal wick action there. I'm assuming that's going to be tagged again. It's 930 low. But, and there's also a 5-minute fair value gap there. But to see some type of reversal, this is just not enough for me. Yeah. So I do not want to be going short based off of that with this. So right now there's that draw, which is right above us that we just created. And then there's the draw lower. And we don't have SMTs here either. So, actually we do. ES is beneath the 8 o'clock highs. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Pulling up the 2-minute time frame here. So 2-minute fair value gap is holding. 3-minute fair value gap not tapped. 4-minute not tapped. 5-minute not tapped. So we're going to see this 15-minute candlestick closes in 2-ish minutes. So we're going to see what happens with that. All right, good news. Well, thank you. We moved above the equal highs. Cool. Okay, perfect. Good news here. We took out the equal highs. That's good. So now, if a short forms, I'm not saying that it will. I'm saying if it forms, I'm happier to take that instead of before. All right, see what happens here. Remove that. We've respected this 1-minute gap so far. And we have tapped into the current day high. We just haven't tapped this high. Yeah, ES has the equal highs above it as well, which it didn't get there yet. All right, 45. This is the new 15-minute candlestick close. We would need to sweep these highs to even try to go short. So right now, I'm assuming we continue pushing to the upside. That's the idea towards, I mean, this liquidity right here. So we'll see what happens. Are the 5 and 15-minute bullish now? The 5-minute is bullish. We've been bullish ever since we inversed this fair value gap here and closed above these swing highs. 5 minutes definitely bullish. 15-minute is bullish as well. We closed above this swing high right there. Swing high, swing high, swing high, fair value gap. Bullish on the 15, bullish on the 5-minute, still bearish on the hourly, still bearish on the 4-hour. We could maybe become bullish. So yeah, on the 1-hour. All right, what I'm gonna do here, guys, is I'm gonna remove this. We tap the relative equal highs. We have a 15-minute CRT potentially. Now we have a bigger fair value gap. Sorry, not a bigger, but a big fair value gap right here. So I would like to keep an eye out on this. On the 1-hour, if we close above any of these swing highs, which would mean we're closing above this 1-hour fair value gap as well, that's when we would flip to becoming bullish on the 1-hour chart, which could happen in the next 13 minutes. Okay, so it could happen. There's a chance. Really depends. All right. Yeah, I mean, right now, guys, there's nothing bearish about this. Looks like we're just bullish. We do have higher targets, okay? If price wants to flip, we have lower targets. We could enter short if price chooses to flip here. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We can't do anything about that. We got to wait for 10 a.m. at least for the 1-hour to flip bullish if we want to get long. Mess, what's the crown next to my name? I think that's like top fans on the current live stream. I think you're the one that chatted the most. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Alright guys, I don't know if you could hear me right now, but my computer is not loading. What is going on here? Oh boy. Oh boy. Almost a short opportunity now. Yeah, nothing's loading. This is fucking weird, dude. What is going on? There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways. Okay, interesting. Still no setup. Still no setup here. Issue is, I mean, it's pretty bullish right now. We are breaking to the upside. It's like going short here is pretty risky. Yeah, well, we've inversed. Not yet. We haven't inversed this small gap just yet. Have not inversed that. If we pull up a 5-minute chart, yeah, we haven't even tapped the discount of that yet. Right? Okay. Yeah, 2-minute has been inversed already. 1 minute, no. 30-second has. We have another 30-second gap right here and a 1-minute gap here as well. For the time being, I'm going to stay sidelined. See how we're using the top of this 1 hour fair value gap as support? We broke above it on the 1-minute time frame. The hourly candle's coming to a close soon. As soon as we broke above it, price on the 5-minute, 15-minute is bullish. We're now starting to use this top area as support to hold prices higher. So this is telling me that price is still bullish. Because if we were bearish, what we were going to see, and what we could still see happen soon, is price not respect the 1 hour gap as support, come back beneath it and respect it as resistance to hold prices lower. But instead, we're doing the opposite, where we break above it and we hold it as support. And that could lead into us closing above that hourly gap in the next 5.5 minutes. honestly, Future Zone 2000, you are not fucking wrong, dude. It's crazy. Crazy, man. I think it's just the luck of the live streams. We should maybe do Thursdays. Thursdays aren't too bad. Honestly, I think Tuesdays would be the best. The problem is Tuesdays I'm gonna do with premium members. Monday, Tuesday with the premium members, and then maybe Thursday I'll do for free instead of Wednesdays. The thing is, we're coming into September, so I really think that this is gonna stop. You know, sometimes we'll get set up, sometimes we won't. It is what it is. Yeah, so ES is moving towards the equal highs now more and more. NQ is moving towards these relative equal highs. Yesterday's daily high, basically. For the time being, that's pretty much it. Currently 9:57, about to be 9:58 with 2 minutes left. We'll see what happens. I'm assuming we don't see a reversal here to the downside. Right. Currently almost 9:59, so almost 10 a.m. I'm going to just go ahead and draw the 9 o'clock low, well, 9 o'clock lows. Right where the 8 o'clock low is. All right. So now we're not going to go short off of that. The hourly just shifted. Well, in about 30 seconds, we're going to shift bullish on the hourly time frame. By the way, guys. Okay, 9 o'clock highs. It's higher than that. There we go. 9 o'clock highs right here. Let's pull up the hourly chart right now. Hourly is definitely bullish here, guys. We are above the swing highs. We closed above it. Fair value gap here, completely inverse that. So bullish on the hourly time frame. 4 hours still bearish, but we're bullish on the hourly. We are bullish on the 15-minute. We're bullish on the 5-minute. Longs at this point would be better than shorts. If we pull up a 5-minute time frame, the last swing low in the range is right there, up to the current high of the range. We have a, do we get a 3-minute gap here? No. Small little 2-minute gap inside of a discount area. We also have a 1-minute fair value gap that was once respected and held inside of this discount area. So we want to see how price reacts there. We have not taken out the 9 o'clock high, so shorts can't even be considered. When price hits this level, we want to see if price is going to react and form an IFHG back to the upside. Similar to this, just with the premium discount. Okay. And if we get that, we will be taking an entry to get long, and we have some draws above us. Okay, so, I mean, still waiting. Yeah. So we didn't sweep these 9 o'clock highs. We can't go short. And even if we want to go short, well, to be fair, we do have a key level here. But we still need to sweep those 9 o'clock highs if we want to entertain any type of short. As of this point in time right now, I'd rather be looking for longs than shorts. All right, I don't. Hopefully, it gives an opportunity here, guys. Hopefully, it gives us an opportunity. All right, literally nothing's going on. This is gonna be like every other 10 a.m. Yesterday, 10 a.m. Watch this, guys. 10 a.m. was right here. What happened? Chop, 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 chop. We did distribute in one candlestick, but it was chop for the rest. So hopefully that's not the case today. I hope. And we have yet to tap into the premium discount. Not tapped it yet. Might finally tag it. We also have the 1 hour gap right in the discount area, which, since we're bullish, as explained before, we should use it as support. We should ideally use that as support. Also, no sweep of 9 o'clock highs, cannot go short here. Maspero, where are you based? Right now I'm in Montreal. Thomas is in longs. I want to get long as well, but we have to wait. We have to wait. So we tapped into a discount area. Pretty sure we hit the 2 minute. No, 2 minute gap still not tapped into, really. And of course, we just disintegrate the potential 1 minute gap. It's a very small one here, I wouldn't even consider. So, I'm assuming we come a bit lower. T, what happened? He said, what happened, T? All right, 2 minute gap tapped. We hit the 2 minute, finally. Why that range and not the entire one? All I do is I go onto the 5 minute and I look for the last 5 minute swing low if we're bullish. Swing low right here, up to the current high of the range. Why you not entered short? We did not get a 9 a.m. CR, so we have no sweep of the 9 o'clock highs. So there's no 9 a.m. CR. If there was, and there was an order block, and we had the IFEG as well, well then okay, I would consider shorts because there would also be a 15-minute CRT if there was a sweep of the 9 o'clock highs. We tapped the key level. My 4 hour is bearish, but now my 5 minute, 15 minute, and hourly time frames are all bullish. I'd rather be looking for longs based off of a continuation setups right now. We have liquidity above us. If we swept the 9 o'clock highs, it would be a bit more questionable, but we didn't do it. So there's that. There we go. So we tapped into the hourly gap that we just inversed. What we want to see is this hourly gap used as support to hold prices higher. If price is going to disrespect this hourly gap, well, first off, we would disrespect the 5 minute range, so we can't use that anymore. We would have to use a 15-minute range low up to the current high of the 15-minute range. Look for the midpoint of that. The problem is it would become less probable that the longs work out if we come back beneath the hourly gap, because then at that point we could be looking for shorts towards relative equal lows. So We'll see. And if that were the case, it would be unfortunate because we weren't able to catch the highs with a sweep of the 9 o'clock highs, which is unfortunate. $15-minute gap right beneath this 5-minute range. If we take the 15-minute range premium discount, that would be from this swing low up to the current high of the range. Lines up with a 15-minute gap as well. So let's see if this 5-minute is disrespected. All we don't, for longs, well, we disrespected this. For longs, we don't want to see us close beneath this 5-minute low. If we close beneath this 5-minute low, it would mean that the 5-minute shifted to becoming bearish. At that point, we would have the 5-minute bearish, 4-hour bearish, 1-hour bullish, 15-minute bullish as well, depending on what happens here. I'm assuming we stay bullish, but right, so this is what I didn't want to see happen with the hourly gap. We closed beneath that low. We're bearish now in the 5. Well, sorry, that closes soon, not yet. So we're probably going to close beneath this low in the next 2 minutes. That would mean the 5 minutes bearish. $15-minute fair value gap tapped into. Really want to see how this 5-minute candle closes. Right, bit less than 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, 5-minute time frame closed bearish. We closed beneath this swing low. We're now bearish on the 5-minute chart. Want to see how we close with this 1-hour gap. We got this high down to this low. Right there. Okay, so two possibilities here. Want to see the reaction that happens if we retrace into this midpoint. Would also like to see the reaction that we get from this midpoint of the 15-minute range. Since we are back beneath this hourly, we could use this as resistance, or yeah, resistance to hold prices lower, which is the idea now, because when we're bullish, we had to use that as support. Currently not doing so. It could still work, but right now it looks like price wants to force itself lower. There we go. We closed beneath the hourly gap. Tap the 15-minute discount. On your chart, maybe you were looking at MNQ. No, MNQ neither. Yeah, so maybe you're looking at NAS 100. Yeah, NAS 100 slightly, but on NQ we did not sweep the 9 o'clock highs. All right, we're gonna wait for an opportunity here. Okay, we'll wait and see what happens. I wanted to see us tap like higher into the premium, but we're not going to do that. I might get short soon, guys, without the tap into the premium. Risky part about this is we're at this 15-minute premium discount. We're kind of consolidating there. But to me, closing back beneath this 1 hour gap on the 1 minute here twice now, plus rejecting that 3-minute shorts could be nice. We'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, I'm going to get short, by the way. So, slightly different type of position. Hold on here. Stops are right here. You could put them higher. I'm giving myself the option to get short again. Okay. So I'm targeting these relative equal lows. You could target lower. I'm just going to target those relative equal lows as my TP. My only worry is that we could retrace again and I would need to get short again. I would get stopped out if that were the case. Also, I was basically getting short at the 5-minute gap. Should have entered up here. Literally a candle before I entered. But we'll see. Because maybe this 5-minute gap causes that premium discount retrace above these highs into some of these gaps here. And then we see the reversal back down. Hold on, guys. I got to set something up here. Okay. All right. So TP1 at a 1R. Final TP is going to be at 2.24R at the relative equal low. So at that 29093.5 level. Now we're going to see what happens. We want to see price push through this 5-minute gap to the downside without finding resistance. Now right now we are finding that resistance, kind of, but we could still flush through it. You know what? I was going to say go break even over here. 930 lows. Which, yeah, you know what? I'm going to probably go break even here at 930 lows if we hit them. Looks like ES is dumping. 930 lows on ES have not been hit yet either. We'll see what happens. Get ready to go. Okay, guys. I'm going to be ready to go break even soon. The reason why I'm using 930 low is we haven't hit that level yet. There's a lot of orders resting beneath that low from market open. I was going to go break even at the lows or the 1 hour. Okay, guys, hold on. ES is not even close to that 930 low. We could see resistance. I really hope this is not going to retrace as I go break even, guys. Really hope this is not going to retrace. We have a wickless 1 minute candle high. We could see retracements. Looking back, I should have gotten 1 minute earlier. I should have gotten in the trade. As soon as I saw that close there, 2 closes beneath. Okay, guys, I'm going to go break even here. So we're break even. We're risk free. TP1 is right around the corner for TP1. We're going to scale out. We're going to partial here at TP1, which is basically just a 1R. You know what? I'm going to adjust it very slightly. Okay. I adjusted my TP1. We're going just for these lows. So a bit more than a 1R. Okay, so give or take a 1.06. 1R. Let's fucking call it 1R. That is what it is. It's just I want to actually be catching the liquidity instead of just a 1R. So we're break even already, by the way, guys. This is a break even if we reverse back. See if we can smash this TP1. Feel free to be fully out at a TP1. It's up to you. You could even fully exit the position at the 9 o'clock lows. Dude, don't edge my TP, dude. Should I have kept the 1R? If I kept the 1R, this would have been hit. Don't play with me. Nah, we'll see what happens. We have a bearish cap right above us. Issue is there's no wick above that. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I really hope I don't get stopped at break even. Really hope we're not going to get stopped here. Because the only reason I'm saying that is there's that wickless candle right there. We're at the 930 low. We're rejecting. Probably should have just kept the 1-to-1 TP partial. But it is what it is. See what happens here. So we want to see rejection. If price reaches this level, we want to reject that immediately. Five-minute gap close beneath on the 1 minute, which is good. Now on the 5 minute, we're still inside of it. Okay. 15 minutes still inside the 15-minute gap as well. So all right, this is where we want to reject. We don't want to come above this. or else it becomes a break-even trade for me. So I'm going to remove the little line, just keep the fair value gap there. Should be good. ES has the 930 low still it hasn't tapped into. Now, NQ just took out this wickless candle, which is good. We want to see this rejection continue and follow through. It's important here. We are still in the 5-minute and the 15-minute gaps on NQ, which is now becomes the issue. Five-minute gap right at our entry. Damn. We got a 5-minute gap right at our entry. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyways, we'll see. If we get stopped out, there's always an opportunity we re-enter. So we'll have to see what happens. It's 10:32. Still got some time left. I'm assuming the shorts hold through. ES still has the 930 lows it hasn't tapped into unless there's some type of SMT there. That's that. But we do have the 5-minute gap above us on NQ, so we could potentially hit that gap first and then make the way lower again. So we'll have to see. Yeah, it might melt. Problem is I might get break even first. There's a 5-minute gap there. Right, very slow. Very slow. Yep. I think we're going to go to the 5-minute above us. Maybe get stopped out and reassess PA. 1 minute is very strong though here. Very strong. The 5-minute though is just too attractive. 5-minute. 3-minute gap here as well. 2-minute gap as well. Struggling to get past that 1 minute. Funny enough, dude. Funny enough. 1R. Let me just verify with my entry. Oh, yeah. Entry was slightly higher than that, but 1R would have been hit with that entry, with my entry. Even with this one that's drawn. So we'll see what happens. ES is moving lower now, not beneath the 1028 low just yet on ES. I like the way we're using the 1 minute gap. Okay, maybe we leave the 5 minute open. Possibility. I'm just being optimistic here. Realistically, if I was looking at this and I wasn't already in a trade, I would wait for the 5 minute to be hit first to then look for a new trade short, which is the only reason why I'm realistically saying, yeah, we're probably going to go to the 5 minute. Because if I wasn't in this trade, I would wait for that 5 minute to be tapped. All right, getting very lucky here. Didn't hit my order yet, but we could, and there we go. So, anyways, so I got filled at break even. I'll reassess right now. So this might be a re-entry trade. So break even here, guys. Should have taken out at a 1R. Some partials. Okay, break even. I'm gonna draw the 5 minute gap. We'll draw this out. We're gonna see what happens. See, the actual entry that we should have taken would have been here, which would have given us even better R to R. At that point in time, we would have been over a 2R. Should have taken an earlier entry. Anyways, might have a re-entry soon here. Five-minute gap tested. It respected the 5-minute bis. Yep, it did. This one, we never closed beneath it on the 5-minute. So now we're basically stuck in between two 5-minute gaps. If you pull up a 5-minute and look, 5-minute gap here, 5-minute gap here. We might actually get a better R to R if we get an entry. Well, not anymore. We may flip 5-minute buys. Yeah, we'll see how we close with this 5-minute candle either above or beneath this 5-minute gap. Edwin, Discord stream ended. Anyone take any trades on stream in the TSR premium? Shorts? Who took shorts? Stephen Thomas, nice. Did they hit their full TPs? Thomas is in buys right now. Okay. Steph got stopped on shorts. Okay. Steph got stopped, but the idea was correct. Thomas hit TP1 for longs as we speak. Cool. Yeah, guys, I'm going to continue watching this here. We're going to stay live for a few minutes. If we get this, I'm going to entertain the shorts. This is a 5-minute gap we're reacting from. Okay. That's the liquidity. If we get the IFG coming from that, we would be bearish. I know we didn't tap the midpoint of this range yet. I am more bearish right now than bullish, and I would like to see price move to the downside. So we'll see what happens with this gap. I'm going to remove it because it's crowding up the chart right now. But if we inverse that, this gap right here, I will be getting short. Okay, so just be ready. We're going to keep an eye out on ES as well, because ES still has 930 lows available. So we could potentially target that level on ES. TP, I'm going to go for the relative equal lows. If it were to happen. Now, there's a chance that price goes back to the upside here. I'm not going to be taking longs, but yep. 930 lows on ES is still there. Do see that. And it's wickless on ES. That's what really sticks out to me. If we get this inversion, guys, on NQ, I will be going short. Unless ES hits those lows first. Still have draws below. Yeah, we do. We do. Right. Guys, I'm going to give this a few more minutes. It's 10:47 right now. It's getting late in the live streams. Every time I do the YouTube streams, I always stay very late. Unfortunate with the break even here. Best case scenario, this would have been a TP1 and then break even. I adjusted my TP1 down to here instead of going for a 1R. Kind of screwed me over. Not really. I mean, it would have only been a TP1, so it is what it is. Five-minute gap here. We could maybe close above that. We're respecting this 5-minute bullish gap. Another 5-minute bullish gap that we formed, we are respecting as well. So it is what it is today if we don't catch it. Is there anyone else taking long? The only thing about the longs that I enjoy is that the 15-minute time frame is bullish and the 1 hour is bullish. And the fact that we closed back above this 15-minute premium discount here. See how we closed back above that there? At that point, that was the only point where you could consider getting long. So maybe from this 1 minute gap here. Also inversing some fair value gaps here. If the 5 minutes inverse, then it looks a lot better. Yeah, so less than 1 minute. We'll see if we close above this 5-minute gap. Ten seconds here. All right. We closed above the 5 minute. We inversed the 5 minute. We're now back to becoming bullish on this 5 minute time frame, inversing this 5 minute gap here. Okay. So that's something to point out. We have another 5 minute gap above us. 2 5-minute gaps above us. 1 hour gap here. Now, the idea was good. It was respected. Could I have gotten a better entry? Sure. You know, a full minute before would have been a nice entry. Would have hit TPs. But the idea was there. The idea being, if price doesn't use this as support, this 1 hour gap to push up, we'll break lower and use it as resistance to push prices lower. Now, we just didn't push prices low enough to hit any liquidity other than a 5 minute fair value gap. So, anyways, we'll see what happens. There's obviously an opportunity, a chance that price still holds this 1 hour gap like this to the downside, or what can happen, since we already inversed it on the 1 hour time frame, we can move above that 1 hour gap again. We would basically be respecting the 15-minute premium discount while moving away from a 15-minute and 5-minute fair value gap. Then we could see this being used as support to push prices higher. You can literally formulate trade ideas from using gaps in the way that I'm using them here. And it doesn't necessarily matter that price closed above it on the 1 hour. Okay, so it does because we closed above it here. So what that means is that on the 1 minute chart, at 10 a.m. exactly, we should use, this should be very strong. It wasn't. Since it wasn't, on the 1 minute, we're going to wait till it closed beneath and use it as almost like an entry. All right, guys, I'm going to call it off. Okay, I'm not going to be looking for anything else. It's 10:52 right now. Hopefully next week we have a full TP on YouTube stream, which we haven't got, but we only got entries over here. Anyways, that being said, I'm done for today. This could... Got 2 5-minute gaps here. Maybe an entry after stream. I mean, it's possible. Math just took us in. I already have one in. Already have one in. Any trades taken by TSR? Yeah. Shorts, break even. Right here. Edging first TP. This was slightly higher as well. Another stream tomorrow? Nah, the streams, guys, they continue on in TSR Premium. If you guys want to join, the link's in the description or the pinned comment inside the chat. Right now, we're going to work on doing 1 free live stream a week on YouTube. That's pretty much it.
It's almost 11, guys. I would like to see a close back beneath the 1 hour gap. Yeah, next week I might stream on Thursday instead of the Wednesday. Oh, actually, no, next week is NFP. I think streaming Wednesday is going to be good next week. Yeah. We're going to stick to Wednesday for next week. The week after, we'll move it to Thursday, most probably. Definitely looking at joining Premium. Yeah, inside of Premium, also you get access to 2 other full-time traders going live as well at the same time as me. So we're all in the same live stream communicating with each other. So it's not as boring as these YouTube streams are. A lot more talkative, I guess you can say. And we answer everybody who chats in the Discord stream. We answer every single question that is brought up. Every single one of them. Giveaway. There will not be a giveaway, guys. There is 74 thumbs up. And you guys by now probably know the way I am. At 74 thumbs up on a live stream, we are definitely not giving away any free accounts. Goal was about 200 today, I said. I said 150 to 200 and I'll consider it. We're not even above 100, so no giveaway. I'll keep the accounts to give away to the premium members. A lot of slower movement right now. It's 11 a.m. Guys, take a look at the 5-minute chart. What happened today? From midnight. This was everything from midnight. You know, we called out the manipulation and distribution, whatever, but no entries to get long because we didn't take the 8 o'clock lows. Okay. Fine. So we manipulated the range with 830. We spoke about this. 830 could have been manipulation to then push prices up, which is exactly what happened. But then we never got a sweep of the 9 o'clock low. 8 o'clock lows to actually get long. And then from the highs, it's like we manipulated the range high, and then we started to distribute lower. Again, no sweep of the 9 o'clock highs, so we couldn't get short up there. Our only short was to wait for pure confirmations that price was going to become bearish, which happened. Yes, I could have gotten short literally right there with my stop here, which I was considering. Would have given me a lot better of an R to R, 4.92. We could have even just went for a 2R and hit final TP over here. Even I think 2.7R ran, but whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. ES is even worse. I mean, take a look at ES, guys. What is going on with ES? What is that, dude? Yeah. All right, guys. I'm off. I'm out. So we'll talk next week if you guys aren't premium members. If you guys are premium members, we'll talk tomorrow. Okay, premium members are going to have a recap of this trade and a breakdown. That being said, I'll catch you all next week on the free live stream. We're going to do it on Wednesday, not on Thursday. The reason we're going to do Wednesday is because, well, we got NFP next week, and I'm pretty much not really interested in streaming for free on Thursday on NFP, as we might not be taking trades. So we don't know. Just curious, on average, how many trades a week do you typically take? Just a ballpark figure. Last week I took a lot more than usual. Last week I was taking, there were 2 days where I took 4 trades each. So that's already 8. The other 2 days I took probably 2 trades. So a lot, over 10 trades sometimes. Sometimes it could be 5 trades. It's really random. I don't really put a limit, strict limit. Again, though, to be clear, there's 2 other traders that trade as well. Steph has the lowest trade frequency. Very high win rate, lowest trade frequency. Thomas has a very high trade frequency, lower win rate, way bigger R to R. And I'm kind of like in the middle, where my trade frequency at times could be high. My R to R could also not be the highest. Sometimes it is high, sometimes it's not. High for me would be like a 4R, would be a big trade. Usually going for that 2R. Yeah, that's that. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm out. I was going to give it some time to see the reaction we got from this 5-minute gap. It looks like it's still holding. I'm just not going to entertain this today anymore. Okay? So, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll catch up next week. Premium members, I'll catch you all tomorrow. Take care. Have a nice day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe if you're going to continue trading. And bye-bye, everyone.